Welcome to Bullets, Pickler Wealth Advisors Monthly Market Update. For each month, I'll break down the major economic and political activities happening in our world. No frills, no jargon, just the facts. This December, our Artistry and Advising series highlights Vincent van Gogh. Did you know Van Gogh created over 2,000 works of art during his lifetime? Yet, he only sold one painting before his death in 1890. His talent went largely unrecognized while he was alive, but today he's considered one of the most influential artists in history. His story reminds us that recognition doesn't always arrive on our timeline, but purpose-driven work has the power to outlast us all. Looking back to the month of November, we saw a stock market that experienced significant volatility, ending the month with slight gains for the S&P 500 and the Dow, while the Nasdaq recorded a loss. We saw a mid-month sell-off, driven by AI bubble worries that were largely recovered by month-end on increased hopes for a Fed rate cut in December. After seeing that strong October, November was a bit of a mixed bag and very turbulent. The S&P dropped more than 5% at one point, but ended the year positively. The Dow was also positive. However, the 7-month winning streak of the Nasdaq did in fact end. The AI bubble, especially stocks like Nvidia, led some of the market uncertainty. We saw the Magnificent Seven tech stock, which had driven market performance worries about potentially overstretched valuations, and also concerns about the ability to monitor AI infrastructure investments in things like data centers. We also saw concerns about Fed policy, as Fed speakers turned the markets upwards after that major downturn. The Fed leaders began to open the door for that potential December rate cut, sending markets to an early Santa Claus rally. We also saw economic data that gave us mixed signals. We saw cooling labor market data, but also a data desert that was due to the government shutdown, creating additional market uncertainty. As we move forward to the month of December, we're expecting to see continued market volatility, driven by different conflicting signals, primarily by the Fed decision that will be happening on December 10th. We also will be watching for the Fed meeting that ends on December 9th and 10th. That will be the final FOMC meeting of the year. It'll be a pivotal meeting. Right now, there's about a 90% probability of a 25 basis point rate cut, which could be a significant stimulus for a continuing stock market rally. We're also going to be watching for ongoing data around inflation and the labor market. Yes, inflation is cooling in some sectors, but stubborn in others. The Fed has begun to turn its attention away from inflation to the labor market. The unemployment rates have actually risen from 4% to 4.4% in the past 6 months. And we're also going to be paying attention to the seasonal effect. The bullish seasonality, such as the Santa Claus rally, which can bring clarity as opposed to the market that's currently very uncertain with macroeconomic activity. We'll be watching what we believe is going to continue to be a bit of a bumpy ride. But I do believe that this ride in the month of December is one that should end with markets closing out 2025 at or near record levels. Great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. These words from Van Gogh are a quiet tribute to steady effort, proof that consistency builds the foundation for something lasting. Ladies and gentlemen, at Pickler Wealth Advisors, it's our family delivering solutions for your family. This is our passion. This is our purpose. Together we plan. Until next time, I'm David Pickler, and these are the Market Bullets.